Great news! You do not have to give up your favorite bread, sandwiches and pizza to follow a 100% paleo or ketogenic diet. Traditional bread is the #1 health danger in your diet and contains a hidden compound that makes it nearly impossible to burn fat and lose weight. That's why I invested 10 years of my life to create the world's healthiest bread. Today, I reveal the secret, so you can enjoy delicious real bread without worrying about your health, your blood sugar, or your waistline. There are few foods more comforting and enjoyable than bread. Whether it is a warm piece of focaccia dipped in olive oil, a sandwich on a chewy baguette, a flaky croissant, or even the simplest slice of toast with butter. Just thinking about these foods makes your mouth water. And the blissful intoxication you experience when you eat bread is real. In fact, you might say bread is the original food addiction. Traditional bread produces compounds called gluteomorphins. And as their name implies, these compounds engage opioid receptors in your brain, the same receptors triggered by drugs like morphine and heroin. Very similar compounds, called casomorphins, are found in cheese. That would certainly explain the euphoric rush of pleasure you feel when biting into a crusty slice of pizza with bubbly, melted cheese. And just to make sure you keep coming back for more, the blood sugar spike you get from high-carb bread elevates dopamine, the craving neurochemical from which the word dope originates. So it is no stretch of logic to say that bread is a drug that causes a repetitive cycle of cravings for more bread. It's no surprise why most people actually gain weight on a gluten-free diet. In fact, a study published in the American Journal of Gastroenterology showed that 81% of people who adopted a gluten-free diet weighed more at the end of 2 years. But that's not the only reason to avoid these foods. You should also know that some gluten-free products contain 90 times more arsenic than the EPA allows for drinking water. Chronic arsenic exposure can lead to headaches, fatigue, brain fog and digestive issues, not to mention heart disease, cancer and diabetes. And it can happen at very low levels. Arsenic is a dangerous poison. And that's why you should just say no to rice flour and rice syrup, which are common ingredients on the gluten-free aisle. Rice plants use silica to strengthen their stalks. But arsenic looks like silica to the plant, so it is readily pulled from the soil. And it can be a major problem, even in organic varieties. Consumer Reports conducted a study of the issue, testing over 200 samples from 65 different products that contain rice. They found arsenic in every product tested. 0.1920. In fact, some popular gluten-free products contained up to 90 times more arsenic than is allowed in drinking water. Keep this in mind the next time you're walking down the gluten-free aisle. But just because traditional bread and most gluten-free varieties are off the menu, that does not mean you can never enjoy bread again, because you're about to discover how you can have your bread and be well too. Today, I'm proud to introduce the results of those efforts and announce Healing Gourmet's latest and greatest grain-free recipes book. Your guide to baking grain-free, low-carb bread, including 35+ keto-friendly bread recipes with 5 grams net carbs or less. The recipes in this book represent more than a decade of dedicated efforts in our test kitchen. Each one uses functional ingredients that actually protect, not wreck, your health. These breads are truly metabolic power foods that can help you sculpt a lean physique, instead of puffing up your muffin top. And yet they are so authentically delicious, you'll never miss the grain and carb-filled bread you used to eat. I'm talking about real bread. As good as any you've ever tasted. I've been baking and creating grain-free, low-carb breads for a long time, and I assure you, there is nothing else like this. These truly healthy creations taste just like the real thing. With Keto Bread's book, there will be no temptation to fall off the keto wagon. Click the link below to learn more about Keto Bread's book.